Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today's video is going to be a flip through of my Frankenplanner. If you saw my last live stream, I talked a little bit about this in that video, but I am taking myself down from 2 planners to just 1. So if you watched my videos back when I first put together my Frankenplanner, you know that I went from having 5 or 6 different planners that I was using, and I had narrowed it down to just 2. So I've been using my Frankenplanner here that has my budget by paycheck workbook pages in it. It also has some other printables and a few happy planner elements, all kind of Frankenplanned into one planner. But in addition to this, I was also using my Erin Condren Monthly Planner because I just absolutely love the paper quality. I love the layout of the calendar and all of the notes pages and things that you can use with this planner. And so I was hesitant to give it up because of those reasons. So I had a bit of a brain blast, and I came up with a way to combine an Erin Condren Monthly Planner with my Frankenplanner. Now I don't have to have 2 planners. I can get rid of this and just be in one book. So this is a big size happy planner in terms of the discs and the size of the cover, but it's so much more than that. I have so much put into this book, and I'm going to flip you through it and talk a little bit about what I did. So we start out with the fact that I just have a couple of months worth of inserts in here. This is a big planner. It's 8.5 by 11. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me it works out really well because it gives me plenty of space to write. I don't have to worry about running out of space on a page. But because it's so big, I didn't also want it to be super bulky. So I decided just to put a couple of months at a time in here and kind of work with it. Not necessarily a quarter at a time, it is a quarter of the year, but 3 months. So the previous month, the current month, and the next month is what I'm thinking. For now, I actually just have the current month and then the 2 following months, just because I was still playing around with what I wanted, but I think ultimately what I'm going to do is do the current month, the previous month, and the next month. So I start out with just this kind of title page. This is a page from the Budget by Paycheck workbook. It just has "this workbook belongs to," gives me a chance to put my name and my email address so that if I lose it, people can contact me. It's not likely that that will happen because I don't really take this out of the house, but you never know. And then after that, I just have a few yearly pages that I have not actually filled out. I leave them in here because I fully intend to do this, but these are actually pages I printed out for 2020 and never filled them out, and now I moved them into 2021 and I still haven't filled them out, so who knows if I ever will. But for now, those are in here kind of at the start. These are all from the Budget by Paycheck workbook. I have the printable version of that workbook, and so what I do is I just print out the pages that I want to use, and I use a big arc punch to punch them. If you're not familiar with an arc punch, this is what it looks like. It is a very big, heavy-duty punch that punches this kind of disc-bound style punch. So it works out really well for me. I like it better than the Happy Planner branded punch because it's much more heavier duty, so I can punch multiple pages at once. I can punch through laminated things. It's a little bit of an investment. It's not super cheap, but I think it's well worth it. And of course, I'll have everything that I can linked down below for you guys if you want. So that's that. And then I put in my 2021 goals. I did film a video on this at the start of the year. I like having these just right here in front so that I can reference them. I can look at them and remember what I'm working so hard for. Then I have this daily routines page in here. This came as part of a big set of printables that I purchased on Etsy from EasyLifePlanners. I will have that linked down below as well. And then we move right into March. Now this right here is a Erin Condren divider page. What I ended up doing is I purchased a 8.5 by 11 size Erin Condren Monthly Planner. So it comes as a big coiled planner with all of these pages in it, and what I did was I just uncoiled it. So I took, and actually my husband took some wire cutters and he just kind of cut the end of the coil and removed the coil, so I didn't need the coil anymore. I wasn't worried about it being damaged because I wasn't planning on using it. So it was really, really easy. It took him less than 5 minutes to uncoil everything, and then I was left with all of these pages. So the pages, when they are uncoiled, look like this. It's just a 8.5 by 11 size page with the coil punch. Now obviously I don't need the coil punch, I need the disc bound punch. So what I did was I just covered the coiled punched section with a little bit of washi tape. I have so many rolls of washi tape in my collection that I just haven't been using, so I thought it was a perfect way to make use of it. You could also use just like sticker paper. That was my original intention. You can cut strips of sticker paper to cover this up, and then just once the hole punch is covered, you can punch through it with the arc punch. That's what I did. So as you can see here, I have the March divider. You can see I just covered the holes that were existing there with this washi tape, and I just kind of chose a washi that sort of matched the aesthetic a little bit, and then I just punched right through it with that arc punch. And it's nice because the washi kind of reinforces the page almost, makes it a little bit thicker, so it's not going to kind of get chewed up as easily. Some of the pages I have in this planner, from being kind of put in and taken out over and over again, have gotten a little bit wonky, and I think that having the washi tape over the holes here and just kind of having it be reinforced is really gonna help. So that's what I have done. I did the March divider here, which runs right into the March calendar. Now I have been using my 7x9 monthly planner for March, but since I have some of my other March pages in here, I really wanted the divider for March and I wanted them all to match. So I had April and May from the Erin Condren, so I went ahead and did the March as well. I don't know that I'm going to use this. I don't know that I'm going to transfer all of this information into this planner. Maybe I will. I haven't really decided, but for now I just kind of got it in there. I also sort of used the March layout as my test to see if it would work, and it really did. It's perfect. So after the calendar then comes the next page from the Erin Condren Monthly, which is this dashboard page, and then there's a notes page, and then if you're not familiar with the Erin Condren Monthly Planner, you get the calendar, you get this sort of dashboard page, and then you get notes pages after that. So this is where I typically would lay down stickers and write myself notes for each of the paychecks. This is where I would write in like confirmation numbers, that sort of thing. So I'm really, really excited to be able to have all of this in just one planner. Now, because the 8.5 by 11 size EC planner is obviously bigger than the 7x9, if I try to use the stickers that I made for myself to track my transactions in here, they're going to be a little bit short, right? Because the boxes are just bigger. So I am going to need to go in and create myself bigger stickers for this. I don't mind doing that at all. It's going to be super quick and easy for me. And it's totally worth it to me to have everything be all in one place. So I will have to be careful when I'm showing my planner in videos. The other thing I liked about having things in two separate books was I didn't have to worry about accidentally flipping to a page that showed some of my personal information. So I will have to be a little bit more careful when I'm filming videos, but again, it's worth it to me to have it all in one place. So once we get past the EC pages that I've put in here, and of course I have a ton more notes pages that I could put in here. I only did a couple because it's kind of a tedious process to make the pages work with this punch system. You have to cover the holes on both sides with the washi tape, and it's hard to kind of get it lined up sometimes. If you are at all a perfectionist and it will bother you to have things be a little bit crooked or a little bit off, this may not be the best method for you, because it is really hard to get perfect, and it is, like I said, a pretty tedious process. You have to do it one page at a time. So rather than kind of going through and punching the whole monthly planner and putting it in here, I just decided to do what I do with my budget by paycheck workbook sheets and just do it a month at a time. So I kind of got the foundation started here, but when it comes to adding more pages, I will definitely just do them a few at a time as I need them, so that it's not such a lengthy, tedious process. So once we get past the EC pages, I then move into my budget by paycheck workbook pages. So this is the little calendar page that I use to kind of map out my plan for what bills are going to get paid with what paycheck. And then it flips right into the budget by paycheck worksheets, the paycheck bill tracker, and the cash envelope breakdown. I have one of those for each paycheck in the month of March. Some of them have been filled out. Some of them have not, because we haven't quite gotten to these pay periods yet. But so I have all of those in order, and then once you flip past those, we have a couple of pages from a Happy Planner pack that I like to use for kind of mapping out my video plans and that sort of thing for YouTube. And then right after that, I have my kind of like life planner pages. So these again are from that EasyLifePlanners. This is a daily planner. I don't use a daily page every single day, but if I have a day where I really just want to write out like a brain dump, that sort of thing, I'll pop it in here and use it. A lot of times I'm just using this task section. Sometimes I'll write out the schedule, just kind of depends on what I need in that day, but I really, really like this printable as well. I paid just a couple of bucks for the whole big set of planning pages from this EasyLifePlanners. So again, I'll link that below. Works out really well. I just printed out on my 28-pound paper from Staples, the same paper I use for my budget by paycheck printables, and it works out great. So I just have, you know, a few days worth. Like I said, I don't do this every day, but I like to be able to map out my day as needed. This also has weekly planning pages, monthly planning pages, so I have a little bit of everything no matter what I need. And I love that. It means I don't have to go out and buy, you know, pages from the Happy Planner. I don't have to worry about it. I can just print it out if I need it. So then I have some extra daily planning pages here towards the back that I can use for the rest of March. And then of course, if I don't use them in March, I can move them to April or May. And then after that, I have just some notes and ideas. So that's kind of what I have in there. I can always add things or take things away as I need them. That's what I love about this disc-bound system. You can really customize it, make it your own. You can buy discs that are bigger than this, like big expander discs if you really want a hefty planner, or you can even buy little mini ones. I can change the colors. I can change out covers if I want to get different Happy Planner covers, or I can make my own. What I love about this system is it's super customizable. I have lots of little accessories and things I can put in, sticky notes and little things that I've made myself. Essentially anything that I can punch like this with the arc punch, I can put into my planner. Different envelopes, different stickers. It's a great system. So that's kind of it, and then it moves into April. So for the April pages, because they have this sort of purple pattern, I chose a washi tape that sort of matched that. Again, you could use like white sticker paper Sorry about that, that's my phone. If you didn't want the design, but I kind of like the extra design, the colors and stuff, you could absolutely use washi strips from sticker kits and stuff that you're using so that it matches perfectly. You can get really creative with it, so definitely recommend this though. It works perfectly. So I have my April calendar, and then right after that I have the dashboard page and a couple of notes pages. Again, I can add more notes pages if I want to. This turns really well. It doesn't get stuck. And then after that, I will put in my budget by paycheck workbook pages and my daily pages and so on, just like March. And then again with May, I just chose a washi tape that sort of matched the color scheme. I have so many washi tapes that have just been sitting in a bin not being used. So I thought it was a great way to make use of some of these things that I've had sitting for so long. And I'm really, really pleased with it. So this is something I've been thinking about doing for a while. When Erin Condren put her monthly planners on like mega clearance, it seemed like a really great opportunity for me to try it. So I bought the planner mostly using EC points that I had. All I really had to pay was shipping because it was so affordable right now. And so it seemed like a good time to jump in and try it, and I'm so glad I did. I'm going to be able to keep everything all in one place, and I just love it. So towards the end here, I stuck in a little notes divider that also came from that EC monthly, and back here is where I have all of my charts and things that I've been using. So I have my Savopoly, my 52-week savings tracker. You guys see me flip to these every single week. My playing card savings challenge. By the way, if you missed my community post, a lot of you were asking about this playing card savings challenge and if I would put it up for sale so that you could buy it. I decided not to do that. I want anyone who wants to be able to participate in this playing card savings challenge to be able to do so. So what I did is I posted it in my Facebook group, the JWhackers Fans and Friends Facebook group, which I have linked down below. It's in the file section, so you can just go and download it for free from there once you have joined the group. So if you, want to be able to do this playing card savings challenge, I made this myself on Canva. I want all of you to be able to do that as well. If you want more information on how the savings challenge works, I posted that in my savings challenge video, which again, I'll link above. So check out the Facebook group. You can download this, print it off for yourself. And it's just a really fun savings challenge that I kind of came up with. So there's that. And then I have my debt-free charts in here for the credit card we're currently working on, which is an Amazon card, as well as the one for my Christmas sinking fund, which you can see I really needed to start amping up my Christmas sinking fund. Then I have my YouTube income tracker from the Mom Life, who you guys know I absolutely love. Chrissy is amazing. And then I have this one here from the Mom Life as well. You guys can get these printables on themomlife.biz. And then there's like this little divider page that came from the Budget by Paycheck workbook. And then it moves into the charts that I've already completed. I didn't want to take these out. I want to be able to look at these whenever I'm feeling kind of discouraged and I feel like we're never going to reach the end of this debt-free journey. I can look back at everything I have accomplished. So I have the debt-free chart that I completed for the Discover card that we paid off, Christmas of 2020. This is Capital One that we paid off in August. And then the State Farm that we paid off in October. This is from when we paid off the mortgage in our house, our washer and dryer payoff, and then I just have my list of 2020 wins from that video I posted at the end of 2020. And then back here I just have sort of blank charts for when I'm ready to move on to my next credit card. And then in the very back, I have blank pages from the Happy Planner that I can use and move up into the months if I want. A few other odds and ends in the back with like notes and stuff that I'm not going to share with you. And then at the very end, there's a little pocket folder from the Happy Planner so that I can, you know, put little notes or whatever I need in the back. And then after that, I just have my stickers from Caffeinated Cake Printables that I printed and just punched to put in the back here. These are just all of the remnants from my March stickers that I purchased from her and printed and cut. And I'll be putting my April ones in there once we finish up with March. So that is a little flip through of my Frankenplanner, what it looks like right now. I'm so excited with what I've done, and I'm so happy that I'm continuing to kind of grow my Frankenplanner. I love that it's so customizable, and I highly recommend if you've been kind of holding out on doing something like this because you weren't sure if it was for you, definitely recommend it, especially with these Erin Condren pages. It's just like my perfect planner now. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please take a minute and give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys, have a great weekend.